Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So for today I'm going to be painting a mushroom, and the reason I am showing off this pencil is because it's from my university and I wanted to represent it even though you can't see the writing at all. Anyways, I was inspired by a painting by Erin Kate Archer, who is an artist. I will have her link below, but I've been really loving her art, and especially her use of bright blue as shadow elements. Mwah! Chef's kiss. I love it. Here's a screenshot of her Instagram, and again I will have her link below. So yeah, I wanted to do a colorful mushroom thingy. Honestly, I don't really know. I'm winging it at this point. So bear with me. Anyways, so I asked if any of you guys had any suggestions of things you wanted me to talk about, and a username named Quinn commented interesting stories / memories of your life, and I shall try to deliver. Well, sort of. I mean, I don't know how interesting it's going to be, but in terms of stories, I wanted to talk about how I picked myself up recently from, let's just call it, a difficult place, and specifically how I got back into art and painting after a long dormant period of almost a year. So, little backstory. I'm sorry if I talk too fast, by the way, it's a bad habit, but a little backstory. Earlier this year, I wasn't feeling too great, and it was a combination of many things. And one also especially not so great day, I was not allowed into my university building because my PCR result did not come in on time, so I couldn't get to class. And angry at the world as I was, I decided to sit in a cafe and sulk in silence and misery. To which I snapped and thought, okay, you know what? Enough of this. And I told myself I'm gonna make a list of everything that was bothering me at that point. If anything, maybe it'll give me some sort of clarity in the chaos that is going on in my head, right? Because most of the time, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even really know what I was so upset about. Why I was so perpetually melancholy all the damn time. And I expected there to be a few things, but the list went on and on and on to 21 things. Just process that for a second. 21 things that were significantly and deeply bothering me at that point. And I called it the 21 for 21 because this happened just around the time before my 21st birthday. But anyways, yeah, I had also come up with witty titles for each of them because that's just who I am. But the two that I wanted to talk about were, number one, quote, "The artist is not arting," and two, "Hey, remember when we had goals?" I think both of them are pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, that's what I wanted to address for today. And it's not like I didn't try, you know, I tried to paint and create. I was just annoyingly unsatisfied with absolutely anything that I came up with, just at all. And it was a struggle, as you are about to see. But before that, let me just let you in on behind the scenes. Beep! Alright, okay. Oh, I really don't have to go out. Oh, so good. So good. I just fucking stay home. I've been such an extrovert lately. A bit too much of an extrovert for my personal capabilities. And tonight I'm going, I think, dancing. What? No, okay, let's fix that. One way or another, we're gonna fix that. This is the part where I want to give up. This is this point where I will throw my sketchbook out the car. It's really not that bad. I'm going to cry! No, okay. Okay, anyways, I decided that I needed some kind of external help because, creatively speaking, at this point, all of the self-reflection and multitude of hours of scrolling through Pinterest did not help. And then I had a small epiphany. There was this book that a friend of mine, Evie, lended to me in high school, which, if I remembered correctly, inspired me a lot at the time. Not only for the self-help aspect, but the level of wit and candidness and humor. The book was written and resonated with me. No, this is not an ad. This is just a recommendation. Anyway, the book is called Big Magic. Next day, I had to get it. What do you know? One copy left, last one in the bookstore, and that, my friend, is what I call a sign from the universe, because I am, in fact, delusional. Also, on a side note, the cashier at the bookstore was really cute. Not that anything happened, but, just brightened my mood. Anyway, so I started reading, did my cute little highlighting and annotations, as I do, even though most of my annotations are just, quote, damn. But still, I like doing them. Anyways, and I came across this page, which, wow, really hit me in the face, and I wanted to read it to you. Okay, so I'm gonna read, and it's about 2 pages, but I'm gonna try to skip between paragraphs to get to the important parts, and it might be a little bit confusing when I, as in me, start to talk, because the book is also written in first person, but anyway, I'm gonna try. So the chapter is called Defending Your Weakness, and it goes, "Please understand that the only reason I can speak so authoritatively about fear is that I know it so intimately. I know every inch of fear from head to toe, as I've been a frightened person my entire life. And this is a horrible thing to say, but here it goes. I probably would have loved having one of those awful Munchausen syndrome by proxy mothers who would have colluded with me in pretending that I was eternally sick, weak, and dying. I would have cooperated with that kind of mother in creating a completely helpless child given half the chance, but I didn't get that kind of mother. Not even close. Instead, I got a mother who wasn't having it. She wasn't having a minute of my drama. As she was not about to raise a little candy ass, not on her watch. And I, as in me, annotated to that, referring to myself. Am I raising a candy ass? Am I the candy ass? I mean, I've already had 2 diabetic scares, so that was a joke, I'm sorry. Anyways, so I'm gonna continue. My mother had a plan for turning things around my fear that was almost comic in its straightforwardness. At every turn, she made me do exactly what I dreaded most. Scared of the ocean? Get in the ocean. And trust me, I resist her. I cried and sulked and deliberately failed. I refused to thrive. I lagged behind, limping and trembling. And I would do almost anything to prove that I was emotionally and physically totally enfeebled. I spent years pushing back against my mother's unshakable faith in my strength and abilities. And then one day, somewhere in adolescence, I finally realized this was a really weird battle for me to be fighting. Defending my weakness? Is that seriously the hill that I wanted to die on? As the saying goes, you argue for your limitations, and you get to keep them. Aha! Wow, okay, I needed to sit in silence for this one in a while. This is back to me, by the way. This was a confrontation that I did not want to face. And yeah, I had to put myself in a mental timeout for that one, sit in the corner and think about what I've done type of thing. And to be completely honest with you, it pissed me off. Of course, the only person I was really pissed off at was myself. Don't get me wrong. I have full understanding that things take time, and as an emotionally driven person with little to no self-discipline, admittedly, whose motivation only comes in random bursts, trust me, I have a lot of sympathy for inconsistency. And I also have a lot of, or at least I try to, have a lot of compassion for allowing myself the space for dealing with things emotionally. But to sit and whine and say that I have no goals, that was offensive from me to me. I mean, sure, maybe some of them had to be redrafted and rethought of, and some changed, some evolved, and some passed on as pipe dreams, and that's fine too. And yeah, as cliche as might be, that sparked something in me. Even if it was just out of stubbornness to prove myself wrong. I am an Aries after all. But as much as I am a sweet tooth, I am not that much of a candy ass, you know? And I feel like none of us are, like, deep down. And this, my art, this channel are the goals that I am not willing to give up on just yet, no matter how inconsistent or long it's going to take. I just had to remind myself why I wanted this in the first place. You know, how did I want these projects to attribute to the kind of life that I wanted to create for myself in some sense, because it was important to me and my core values and still is. And I don't know, maybe I'd forgotten along the way, or maybe I made myself forget because I'm not nearly where I expected myself to be at this point in my life. And because of that, maybe it was easier to just convince myself I don't really want it all together and give up. But that is not what we're gonna do, folks. For example, I thought I would be making much more intricate works of art by this point. And if you ask me, am I happy with how this painting turned out? Honestly, no, not really. But do I also know that I have a tendency to be a bit too much of a perfectionist in some senses? Absolutely. And these are just things I have to overcome. You know, because one of the other things holding me back from uploading is I never feel like it's good enough, and I just had to get over myself in that sense. And right now it's about getting there and not being there. You know, I'll learn and improve along the way, but I can't just expect myself to be on the top just like that. So yeah, I wanted to put that out there. And if you're like me, just don't be ashamed of your random bursts of inspiration and motivation at 3 a.m. Work with it, not against it. It's not the most practical, I know, trust me. But if you ever have the opportunity, just let it happen. You know, if inspiration is a kind of magical thing, well then you can't just put magic into a 9-to-5 time schedule. You know, not just like that. It takes time and it takes compromise. Don't force yourself to fit into someone else's recommended routine if it doesn't work for you. So yeah, create. Or don't. Take a break, but most importantly, of course, take care of yourself. And that is my message for today. On another note, I've always kind of aspired this channel to be a safe space to open up about things other than art. Who knows, maybe we can form our own little supportive community for one another. So if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, or just anything you want to get off your chest, you can always, you know, either DM me if you don't feel comfortable sharing, or just comment below. I'll link my Instagram in the description. Anyways, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one soon, hopefully soon.